Well, not even met up, but spontaneously we ran into each other today when we was bringing baby Eliana to get a checkup, and we wound up having a real nigga moment. And what you guys saw earlier was my perspective versus his perspective. Now, not to say that my perspective was the truth and neither was his the truth. It's just the way we computed the information that we were absorbing or observing in our reality. Now, I can't speak for him, but I can speak for myself. I know that what I went through with him, because people, because of that situation in that real nigga moment, and it was two different sides of the story, people are looking at me as a liar, and they're saying that I wasn't being honest about what happened to me. But you must understand that everybody has their own perspective about something, right? Like, if something happens to you, like say if it's just two people, it's you and another person. The same situation can happen to you and the other person, but you guys both compute it in a different way. Both of you have different. I'm okay. Both of you have different perspectives about what happened to you, and no one should take away what you went through. You see what I'm saying? If anything, somebody should listen to what you went through and help you through it, no matter if it was negative or positive. You see what I'm saying? Somebody should be there to help you. If it's negative, help you understand it from a healthier perspective. And if it's positive, then support you in that positivity. But you see, when most people go through stuff together and they have a disagreement about what it is that they perceive from that situation, we like to shut people off and be like, well, I don't fuck with you because you don't think like me. And rightfully so, because you wouldn't want to hang out with somebody that's seen something that y'all both went through in a different way, especially if they wasn't trying to understand your point of view. It's okay to agree to disagree, but it was not okay is to bash other people for how they perceive something. You should be able to help that person, if anything. Help that person get a clear understanding of what was going on. So what I was explaining to everybody in the world when I made the videos about my Babylon dad and everything that I had went through was my perspective and what I had went through in that place and time coming from my position. No one was in my shoes but me to understand what I was going through emotionally, physically, and all the totality of my being. So with that being said, no, even when I was younger, nobody took the time out to actually listen to my side of the story. No one actually sat down and took my thought process and my emotions into consideration to help me get over that. The only person who helped me was my husband, and he did not judge me for how I perceived it or anything because he truly loves me. He truly understands my mind. Now, in carbonation, we believe in astrology, and this is you really have to understand astrology and know your birth chart to understand how you perceive life, because that's the patterns of your mind, how you think about life, and that's exactly what I went through, right? Just in all of forms, every person, and so you and I have an aspect in my chart where, as a kid, felt like I was emotionally neglected. And I was neglected by both of my parents because of my higher self, me, not because of any ill intention that they may have had or anything like that. It's just that it happened in my life to keep me in a certain continuum came to do. Like I set these programs, debilitations. I set the way that I thought about the situation for myself so that for specific reasons. Now we can go into those specific reasons, but you really have to understand those reasons and where I'm coming from to even grasp what I'm telling you. In your life, whether it's you or your friend, your Babylon mom, dad, whatever it is, you set up certain ties with people to get you from point A to point B. And I just so happened to set a contract with myself that would not allow me to get emotionally attached to my Babylon parents, both of them. So at the end of the day, I did that for divine reasons on my behalf, because I have a way greater purpose than to stay stuck in a program of Babylon when it comes to the family structure and what they make us think about how family is supposed to be. And you're not ever supposed to graduate from those people that surround you, and you're not supposed to like just graduate from that frequency of thought. So now that I'm older, and like earlier what you seen was the closure from what happened in my childhood, me trying to tell them my perspective, and them trying to tell me their perspective, and we bumped heads at the end of the day, because well, I understood their perspective and I was letting them know that I did. But on another flip side of the coin, it was like, where if you don't truly want to understand somebody, then you're going to be shut out to everything that they're saying. You're not going to be able to accept their lifestyle. You're not going to be able to accept the fact that they understand where you was coming from, and you perceive that in a different way. Now, I just want to speak for all the children out there who are going through who have broken families. I want to speak for all the children out there who are fucking confused because their Babylon parents don't know how to act and don't know how to deal with themselves and properly communicate their issues with each other to save the family structure for these children. Now, what happened to me as a kid, there's a lot of kids out there going through that. I was a confused child, and this is what I was trying to tell them. Whether I may have perceived it in a way that I may have thought that he neglected me or whatever the situation may be, bottom line is I was confused, because what you have in all across the world, because of how Babylon programs us, is two people get together for the wrong reasons because they're in their lower self, and then they wind up having a child as a product of their relationship. And so when they no longer serve each other, they wind up splitting up, and then the child is suffering the butt ends of the situation. Now, I went through that, and what I'm telling you is how I felt when I was going through that as a child. I was very confused, and like I said, tying it into astrology, by me having a certain astrological energy, I need to know. I want to know the truth. I need to know what's going on. And when you're getting just like anybody, if you're a child or a grown person, it doesn't matter. If you're getting two sides of the story, you're not going to know who to believe. So all you can do is speculate, because when you ask questions, you're still not getting a clear answer from your universe. All you can do is draw yourself away from the situation and compute it the best way that you know how. And that's exactly what I did. Now, I didn't compute it the right way, but what I'm saying to you is this, and what I was saying to my Babylon parents is this. When I came in contact with my husband, Master Chief Elio, when I came into contact with him, he made me look at it from a higher perspective, and this is what I was trying to tell them all along through the whole time, is even though I computed it like that, I understood that I did it to myself. Because when you understand that this is a holographic universe, you understand that everybody is just a reflection of you, and it's a parallel universe of you that you need to learn something from that's going to strike something out of you to learn who you are. And it's up to you how you respond to it to even grow to the capacity of your best self, the best version of yourself. We always like to point the finger and not and we always miss the point of what's needed for us to grow. And so that's what I was saying. I'm saying that I grew from that situation, and I no longer look at things in the most in an unhealthy perspective because of my husband. He gave me my higher self thought process. So in that moment, I was trying to express to them that I have forgiven them. Also, closing up the fact that, yes, I perceived that in the wrong way. That does not make me a liar. It just makes me, as I was a confused child that did not know how to compute misinformation.
Here's something, but they was really talking about the times where you were saying, you called them on me. You know what I'm saying? Basically,
okay, so, and that too, and that's another thing that I wanted to address, right? I only called, and this is another thing, now that I've addressed my childhood, because I felt like that was something very interesting. Like, I thought that was like something to say, right? Because people want to understand my childhood and understand where I was coming from in that moment. Now, when it comes to me getting mad and me walking away and me calling them in the moment when I was angry and having a conversation with them, they recorded me, and it was very dishonorable of them because I had actually told them that I didn't want any, even if they did record me for their own benefits, that's all cool and dandy. But I asked them like specifically not to put our business out online, and this goes to show you the hearts of themselves, because no matter what the situation show face of, or however much you didn't like the situation, you're never supposed to go against your word. You're never supposed to say something and then break your word, because your word is your bond. And if you really cared about me and you cared about my well-being, then that conversation would have never leaked into the goddamn online. You see what I'm saying? If that was the case. But that's neither here or there. The thing is, I was very transparent about what I talked about in that conversation with my husband, because I don't lie. I can't lie. I'm not a good liar. You can feel when I'm lying. So when I talked to my husband that night, when I called him when I was at the hotel room, I had told him everything that was on my mind, just like I had told him everything that was on my mind about polygamy. People have this misconception that I don't talk to my husband about things. People have this misconception that I don't talk to him at all about the things that's deep in my heart. He knows things about me that nobody knows about. I talk to him about, even if it's something, even if I'm like in a sense disagreeing with him, he knows what's in my heart. He can feel me, and I talk about it with him, because my energies, I can't hold that in. I cannot hold my heart in, and if anybody knew who I was, they would know that. I by default, I be this in disrespect. You've seen me, just blur out how I really was feeling. Though at the end of the day, if I never did that, I would never be able to get a healthy perspective of my situation. I could never truly get to the essence of our relationship, or have the relationship that we have in such a close and tight-knit bond that we have, without me being that transparent, without me talking to him about the things that's deep in my heart, even if it may seem like a disagreement in the moment. And we've had our dealings, you understand? And at the end of the day, that's no one's business, but because everybody's interested and it has come to the light in that way, we must address it. And so when I talked to him that night, I told him everything. I told him my plan. I told him how I was gonna leave. I told him why I was leaving. Yeah, let's keep him on, because I feel like I need to face, like faces. So I told him my plan. I told him how I was leaving. I told him why I was leaving. I told him the conversations that I had with Bree, because I was talking to Bree. I told him about the I'm not gonna say these people's name, but I told him the other stories about me having conversations with two other people that I will not disclose in this live. I told him about the other two conversations that I had with two other women on how I was planning to leave and where I was going and stuff like that. And I told him the story, or the conversation that I had with my Babylon stepmom, Tina, my Babylon dad's wife. I told him the conversation that I had with her, and I told him the conversation that I had with him. So nothing was left out. And now there was details that were kind of like miscellaneous, like here or there, and I want to address those too, because at the end of the day, the truth is going to come to the light, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I can't lie. So there was conversation at one point in time, like somebody tried to say that I didn't tell him about, or I was like trying to keep a secret about changing Eliana's name. Let me explain something to you. When and I can say this for everybody else who leaves Carbonation. When I went through this, I could truly understand how people leave Carbonation and go against Chief. I could really understand the minds of those people, because I was once in that paradigm. And just thank the universe that I have the actual astrological programming to compute and get myself back on track. Because if it wasn't for my program, I would be just like everybody else, going against Chief, saying all of these negative things about him that's not necessarily true, and not ever saying the positivity. And this is what you have out there. People watch Chief from afar, and they watch video here and video there, and they watch all the trolls, and they watch all of the 1-minute clips that people do with him, and they never go do their research to tell how much good shit that he did. Now, when I was angry in that moment, when I wanted to leave, because I was computing information not in the most higher self, in the most highest perspective, I didn't like Chief. And I told him that. I said, I don't want to be with you. In that moment, that's how I felt. And this is why I left. So when I was talking to Bree and I was talking to Tina, I was telling them like how I didn't like polygamy and why I didn't want to be with him when I was in a polygamous relationship. Now, no one talks about when we was, solo. No one talks about our relationship and how much good times that we had in our solo relationship. And these are the times that I must speak on because no one knows him in that aspect. Well, people try.
Let me just say this real quick. Hey man, I see y'all in the room being disrespectful to the subconscious mind. You in my house, it's gonna be respect. I know a lot of my haters, you know my rules. Don't play with me, all right? I will block you. I want you to be able to see everything from your page, from your main page. Don't make me make you make another page. Don't disrespect her when she's talking. You in my house. Have some respect. You might not agree with me. You might not agree with her. But you in my house. Have some respect because you're a respectful person. Hold your water. Control your energy. Control your emotions. You in my house right now. Show respect or I'm blocking you. That's a warning. From now on, if I see somebody say something disrespectful, I'm sending you to the thank you screen. Thank you.
Okay, so now, like I was, so when I was in that mind state, when I was in an unhealthy perspective, of course I was going against the grain. Of course I did. I was saying everything that I didn't like, and I had to stop myself because at one point in time in the conversation that I had with Bree, she even admitted that Chief is not totally all around bad. And the only reason why people think that Chief is bad is because how they're perceiving him. And I didn't even necessarily think that he was a bad person because I didn't want to do polygamy. I just didn't want to be with the people that we was with in a polygamous relationship. Now, with that being stated, the very thing, and this is what I was trying to, what I did explain to my Babylon parents in that instance where we was at the restaurant, is what I was saying this. When I was in that relationship, the reason why I was trying to run and trying to go over there and trying to leave is because I didn't want to work on myself. I didn't want to face my debilitations and the things that I have to work on in my lifetime. Everybody has their shit. Everybody want to act perfect and act like they don't have nothing that they got to work on, but everybody has something. And Babylon makes you feel like you don't have anything to grow from or grow through because everybody's doing the same shit. You're all focused on mundane things. No one's growing their soul or expanding their soul to become the greatest version of themselves. And I'm just so happy to do that. I'm doing that to show you that you can do it and show you that there's more to life and that you can actually become a better person, more better than what you are right now in this moment. And so I was trying to run from myself. I was not trying to deal with that, because these women have brought out the very thing in me that I need to work on. And without me working on that, of course, my reality was shit, and I didn't like it, and I didn't like what was going on. But I had the power and I had the control to make it what I wanted to be by working on myself, just like you. So because if you have a life that you don't like, or you're not satisfied with your life, somewhere down the line you're not growing and you're not working on yourself to get the reality that you think that you deserve. So with that being stated, I chose to, that day when I was talking to everybody and I came to my senses and I sat with myself and I looked at my child that was sitting next to our child that was sitting next to me, and I thought about her growing up without her father, and I thought about me still loving, still in love with this man and not being in his life, trying to think about living a life without him, still trying to apply the knowledge without him. I thought that was the most stupidest shit ever, because you know why? All of the black women out here are doing that.
You gotta apologize to your friends and family for
and I did, and in the live earlier when I was at the restaurant, I do apologize for the inconvenience on everybody's behalf, because, and this is another thing that I learned, that he told me this a long time ago, and I didn't really understand what he was saying because obviously I did it again. Now, when you're in your emotions, you cannot act from that space. You can't get mad and say things that you don't mean, because at the end of the day, you hurt people and you summon energy, you summon spirits that go against what you actually believe in. So that's what I did. I created a world for myself that I have one side of my reality that's like truthful, and it's like, yeah, this is what you want, this is where you want to be, this is what you believe in. And then the other side is like, no, you hate him, you don't want to be there, you don't like being here. And so now I have to deal with the consequences of me acting out of my emotions and acting in an immature way that caused destructive interference in my reality. So learn from my mistakes and learn what I went wrong so you don't make the same mistake. Now, I feel like shit for that, because at the end of the, I feel ashamed because of my actions. My actions was very dishonorable. It was very immoral, and it was very childish. Now, if I forgive myself for that, then I forgive myself for that, and I choose not to make those same mistakes over and over, because I know that it doesn't serve me, and I know that eventually, down in a lifetime, I'm gonna have to repeat that same thing, and I'm not trying to do that. I actually want to grow. I want to be able to grow my soul this lifetime. I didn't come all of this far, like all of this way, to quitting and just turning back on myself and just giving up. Absolutely not. That's not even smart to do. Just how me, my greatest self. Why would I stop now? And not even taking myself out of the equation, right? And thinking about baby Eliana. She deserves her father. Whether I didn't like it, something that he did, or what the case may be, I should want to communicate with him to get over that, so she can have him in her life and have me in her life and have both of us in her life and have her actual family in her life. Everybody here loves baby Eliana. Why would I ever put their relationship in jeopardy because I disagree with something that I didn't want to communicate about? And everybody should want to communicate about the things that they disagree with, because at the end of the day, if you love somebody, then love will do anything to get an understanding, because love is understanding.
That's a fact.
And when I think about my husband's perspective, I'm like, well, when I'm thinking in his shoes, I'm like, well, I didn't necessarily do you anything, but you could have communicated about how you was feeling. I have an avenue. I open up my space. I open up even my mind for you to express yourself to me, express, how you really feeling, and I never judge you. So why do you have this disposition where you feel like you can't come to me and talk to me, or you feel like you can't open up to me? And that was one of my worst fears, and I started to create a reality like that for myself too at one point. And it wasn't until I was very transparent with him about how I was feeling and what I was thinking, is when he was like, baby, you know what I'm saying, like he was expressing himself back to me. And this is what people are afraid of. Everybody in relationships right now in Babylon are afraid to fully express themselves to each other because they're cowards. And he's teaching me how to not be a coward and to just stand up to.
Eliana, stop your shit. Stop lying. We're not all cowards. Say some. 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 You know what, Eliana? I'm about to make you guys feel all stupid. Do you know Babylon is a kingdom? Do you know that? Do you know that's how us island people, we call kingdom? It's Babylon? What you gonna say about that? Island, Babylon, when we talk of reggae dance hall music, Babylon means kingdom. So keep believing what Nature Boy has to say.
Or you said something just because you wanted to forget about them, or just because you wanted to just push them away so much that you just keep pointing a finger at them and say, he did this, he did that, and not owning up to what you did, and not taking responsibility for what you did. And that's what I was doing in that moment. And like I was saying earlier, to go back to this topic, I'm also speaking for everybody who left Carbonation, who turned their back and completely go left and talk about Chief like really down bad and make all these videos and try to defile him and make him to be this person that they perceive him to be that's negative. Because all of these people once was catered to by Chief. All of these people were taken care of just like me. And because you didn't agree with something that he did and you didn't take the time time out to communicate with him, you had to go against him to the point where you had to make him seem like a bad person for you to totally not like him, to do what you're doing, to not ever be able to contact him again. And that's not the life that I wanted to live, because deep in my heart, I know this man is righteous. I know that he's my higher self. I know that I love him, and I know that I want to be with him, and I know that he's a good person. And it didn't even feel right. It didn't even feel right for me to keep carrying it out. Like, I talked about the things that I disagree with, and I was like, I just don't want to be with him because of those disagreements. And it didn't feel right. And at the end of the night, what I did was I called him on the phone, and I was like, at first I had my guard up, and he'll sit here and he'll tell you, at first I was still telling him, like, I don't want to be with you, I'm not being with you, like, I'm leaving. I still had that disposition, and he was still compassionate enough to sit there and listen to my mind, sit there and listen to my my heart through it, like actually being in my immaturity. And that takes patience, that takes strength and understanding for you to do that for somebody, especially if you really love them, because you understand them. And he understands me. And if nobody ever understood me in his lifetime, it very stubborn person. Like, I have a lot of fixed energy. I'm a fixed energy. So it takes a lot for you to, like, talk to me and try to break ice with me. But he knows how to do it because he's my husband. So once we broke that ice, and once he broke that ice between us, I just turned into mush. I turned into putty, because at the end of the day, I love him. Like, I do. And I believe in polygamy, and I am polygamous, and we're going to have wives that are for us. It's just that in the time, you draw people to yourself to teach you certain things about yourself, and you have to be able to stand up to those adversities through the people. It's not about the person, it's about what was representative of the person that you need to learn from. And once you overcome that part of yourself, either they're going to grow with you or they're going to be removed out of your life so that you can get to the next level of the greatest version of yourself. And so now, on the phone, when I was talking to Babe on the phone, I turned into mush, and he's like, so what I did was, in that moment, which I should have handled this differently as well, because maybe this wouldn't have escalated as far as it did. Maybe this wouldn't have escalated as far as it did if I would have properly executed my response to this situation with my Babylon pops coming to Mexico to see me and to try to, have a conversation. Maybe it would have been different. Maybe it wouldn't have. But I still think that I could have handled this situation more properly. So when I decided to go back home with my husband, I text everybody who I had contacted in that moment when I was deciding to leave, and I told them, I texted everybody, I said, cancel everything. I said, this is wrong. I'm not going to do this. I'm staying. Something along those lines. I said, cancel everything. I'm not going to do this. I'm staying. I'm going to work on myself. I'm not leaving. Basically, this is what I said to everybody. And I just hurried up and deleted the app and like left that part of myself alone because I felt so ashamed at what I did that, you know, I felt how the other people felt on the other side of the phone who I had then opened up to and talked about my disagreements with Chief and made them, you know, spend money on a hotel room, spend money on food, and go so far as to come all the way to Mexico to see if I'm okay. Excuse me. To see if I'm okay. But at the end of the day, what I found out in that moment when I was talking to everybody was the fact that whether I told them that I was straight or not, people harass me. People go out their way to come stalk me, to find me, to see if I'm okay. You see me online. You see my life online. You see everything online. You know that I'm okay. If I tell you over the video that I'm okay, then I'm okay. It really insults my intelligence when I tell somebody that I'm okay and I know what I'm doing and they step back and be like, no, something's wrong with you. You're brainwashed. You're this, you're that, you're all of this, right? That's really insulting because I'm my husband, and for you to insult my intelligence to that minute of a detail of what you perceive is petty as shit. But it also shows me the heart of you, and it also shows me how mentally weak you are and how easily brainwashed you are for your lower self. Because if you was to take that same energy that you give me, you wouldn't be in the situation that you're in. You'd be able to get yourself out if you were more intelligent than I was. So if you look at my lifestyle and you look at what I teach and you look at all my videos, you only watch the negative that's between me and my husband. But me and my husband have had great downloads. We done had great downloads and teachings, if you know, amongst both of us, you know, individually, that no one ever goes sees about. No one ever questions the knowledge. No one ever comes to ask us questions about the knowledge, but everyone wants to say he's brainwashing you. He does that. He does this. Everything that Carbonation is doing, everything that Chief is doing, humanity must come to, because at the end of the lower self, and this is what I am put through to say what I'm saying, to speak the message, to proclaim this message. I'm gonna do it. You see, and I do feel ashamed for stepping back on my word. I feel ashamed for
People saying, but you called them now.
no, I didn't call them. This is what happened. In that moment, I had called Bree. Bree was the first person that I called in that moment, and I always call Bree. And you know that I always call Bree because that's the first person that I've been to. And, like, literally, that's the first person I've been to, and I found myself venting to her. Now, the situation that happened to Bree, I found out that a lady was already on her way here to find me to do what my Babylon dad did today without my permission, without our permission, and without our recollection. So I was like, word? And she's like, yeah. She's like, you might as well get in contact with her right now because she's already on her way there and such and such and such. My wanting to leave in my lower self, I'm like, ooh, that's a good idea. Like, you know, I'm going for it. So she calls the lady on three-way. I never called anyone. She calls the lady on three-way to get me in contact with everybody. So that happened. I talked to the lady and she got me the hotel and she got me the food. Once I stopped talking, Bree is telling me all this information. Once I'm talking to Bree on the phone, the next person that pops up is Tina, because that's the person who connected me to, you know, the land. I don't want to give all that information. I don't want people to be trying to, you know, go all that. But that's the person, the plan that I was telling you that I was going to go do if I was to leave. So now Bree calls her on three-way and she knows the school. Mind you, they already tuned into the live. They already know that I decided to leave. So it's more than just like, and so now I'm talking to Tina and Bree about me leaving. And so now Tina is telling me what I can do, my options within leaving and being subjected to my lower self. And so I decided, and I'm like, okay, cool, yeah. So after some time, Bree was the only person I three-way by either by Tina or Bree, if I'm not mistaken. I think that he was in the three-way call the first time that we talked, and I told him the exact same thing that I told both of them. I said, I'm ready to leave, I'm ready to go, and they gave me the options and stuff like that. And this is when I started feeling a little bit weird about the situation. Well, we know what happened in that conversation that made me start feeling weird about me leaving and the Babylon, like going to Babylon and then going back to the tropics. And I'm just like, why not me just stay in the tropics if that's the case? So that was a bit sketchy for me. And that's when everything started clicking in my mind. Like I started my higher self. It made me start thinking. Like it just little stuff that happened to me that made me start thinking about my situation. He gets off the phone Eventually, Tina gets off the phone, so now it's just me and Bree talking. And when me and Bree are talking, we're talking about our life, basically all the things that we learned, how far we done came on our journey, how she never told me before, because every time me and Bree talked, it was always me talking about what I'm going through and how much I've learned and this, and me, right? And so we talked for a minute, and by the nighttime fell, and in between me and Bree talking, there was a call from the lady who was on her way here, get her passport and her birth certificate and stuff like that. And we talked about that. And the last conversation that I had was with my Babylon dad, and that was him trying to tell me, like, even coerce me more into the fact of leaving. Make me feel even more comfortable to decide to leave, giving me, we can do this and we can do that, and just saying little shit to make me go totally against you. And I was like, I just cut the conversation off. I was like, I'm gonna call you back. And then after I hung up the phone, I immediately, or you called me, because before I even got on the phone with him, I was listening to music. Me and Eliana had just got out the shower, and I was laying on the bed and I was listening to music and I was thinking about everything. And I had called you about 60 times. I called Aya phone a good amount of times, Efru and Ra phone a good amount of times, and nobody was picking up. So by the time he got on the phone with me, he was talking to me. I cut it off, and then you called me. You was in the middle of that coming and relieved that you popped up on the screen, because I didn't think that you was gonna call me back. I didn't think that, because we had been through so much and so much had happened. I thought that I was really done. Like, I thought we were really done. So then I picked up the phone, and I still had the attitude, I still had the disposition, like, in my pride, saying like, well, no, I'm not coming back. Like, I don't want to be with you. I'm leaving, such and such and such. And then that's when I broke in, and the core of me just came out. Like, I'm just like, and then that's when you asked me if you can come see me, and I told you yeah, which I wanted you to anyway, and I did, because I would have never responded the way that I did if I didn't. And so when you came, you could feel the love that was between us, even no matter how hard I was trying to act or how hard I was trying to be. You could just feel it. You could just feel it permeating. And after some time, we walked back to the room, we sat down, we talked for about 2 hours, and I was like, this is not worth it. Like, I told you everything that was on my heart. We had a heart-to-heart conversation, you real was being real with each other. You know what I'm saying? You was being real with me, I was being real with you. And we got over that. And I regret and feel ashamed for my actions and what I did, because it caused the inconvenience on your behalf, my behalf, the whole family behalf, everybody else coming here trying to, play this and that. But you know what I came to a realization about? A little, like, I seen the fact that even if I told everybody that I was okay, even if I would have told, like literally tell everybody, like, I'm okay, nobody believed me. Like, nobody believes that I'm okay. Like, nobody believes that I want to actually be here. So it wasn't until we had the real nigga moment today at the restaurant that I really got a chance to be like, okay, I'm okay, and everybody felt the vibes. Now, if you still harass me after that, something wrong with you. Like, I don't know, I don't know but I don't like it. I don't like you harassing me. You know what I'm saying? Because I live my life at the end of the day. I make the decisions here. You know what I'm saying? And I have a husband, and he, this is my life. And I don't go into your life and make decisions for you or harass you on the decisions that you're making. And if you are doing something that I don't disagree with, I let you go your way and I go mine. Because that's what's going to have to happen at the end of the day. So, yeah.
That's real. As far as calling them, like, shit go crazy.
What
How
you
you
think?
feel about that?
Huh?
You can't keep calling people when shit
go your
way.
And that's what I learned. That's what I learned. Like, because you told me that a long time ago. You told me, like, don't go talking to other people about your business, because everybody view things their own way. You have to deal with that you have a problem with. You can't go to somebody else with your problems, because they're not gonna be they're not gonna see it from your perspective, and they're not gonna, in your lower self, they're not gonna help you vibrate to a higher frequency to think about what you just told them. So they're going to take it to a low vibrational place, and they're going to, it's like gossiping. You can't gossip about your dealings or your problems. You have to go straight to the source. You have to communicate straight with the source. And that doesn't mean tell them like, oh, this, I don't like this about you, and then try to run from yourself. No, it means tell them how you feel, tell them what you think, and then communicate from there so that you both can either come to an agreement or come to an agreeing to disagree. And so that's what I've learned on my journey, not to it through even more other situations that happened to me in our relationship, not to react out of my emotions, but to just stay still and actually think about what I'm going through or what I'm thinking about in my state of confusion. Yeah, exactly. That's a fact. And I've definitely got the consequences from what I did. You know what I'm saying? And I'm taking my own advice.
The law of cause and effect.
I'm sorry. And I just want to address this, like, if you think that it's redundant or you think that, it's the same thing, I say the same thing over and over and over, everybody have the things that they have to go through. And it's not, like, most of the time, it doesn't happen overnight. Most people don't find something that's wrong with them and be like, oh, I can change that right now. That's not realistic. That's really not. You have to have experience when it comes to this shit. You have to be put through some shit to actually get the lesson that you were supposed to learn. Now, in moments where you see me, if I was doing the same thing over and over and over, which I have been doing the same thing over and over, I have to take responsibility for that. And because I took responsibility from doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, by acknowledging that, I'm able to change it, because I don't want that to happen, because I want my life to stay what it is and grow from this space and not go backwards and live from a lower place that I once was. I remember how that felt. I remember who I was back then, and I'm not trying to go there. I'm trying to go forward. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to grow. And so I learned from my own experiences in that essence. But what I'm telling you is, if you don't like what I'm doing and you don't learn me, actually learn from my mistakes so that you don't have to make the mistakes to learn what I'm learning. Peace, perfection. How are you?
Hey, you guys. I tucked my hair out, and this is how it's.
It looks nice. You should just let it freeform from there.
Yeah. I'm going to wash it and put some conditioner in it.
How are you?
I'm fine. I just listened in. I just called in and listened in, and I honestly, I feel where you're coming from, because I've done the same thing. Like, I don't like when people say, oh, you say the same thing over and over, or you do the same thing over and over. Most of the time when you're making mistakes, that's really like, that's meaningful in your life, and that's going to really change in your life, then I feel like, I feel like that, it's kind of, it's not, I won't say it's hard, but it takes a while for you to, eventually come to that point where, as though, that's not going to happen. Like, you're not going to make that mistake again. Like, you can do the same thing over and over and over. That doesn't mean that you don't want to change yourself. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're going to want to change yourself, but it's just moving from your lower self to your higher self. You just have to, it's levels to it. You get what I'm saying? Like you said, it don't just happen overnight. And I just don't like when people bash you for that. I hate that. You can hear me? Hello? Is it better now?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
What you were saying, the end part, what was you saying at the end part?
Well, basically, the fact that I just don't like how people are trying to, I guess, tell you how you're supposed to, or give you a set time on how you're supposed to change yourself, or basically, say, oh, you can't keep doing this, and that over and over, and basically telling you that you don't want to change yourself. Basically, they saying that you're bullshitting, and I don't feel that at all, because, like I said, I've been through that myself. Like, I done did the same shit over and over. Yeah, I knew I wanted to change, but it just,
yeah, it because takes time. Everybody's bashing me for the shit that they had already been through in life. Like,
Right.
and they probably not even, they didn't probably even get over it. You see what I'm saying? People that made these same mistakes already, but people learn at their own pace, and people learn in the time that they need to. That don't mean bash me for it. That mean actually be like, girl, like, actually give me advice, nigga. If you got the keys to my debilitations, get them shits to me. I need them. You see what I'm saying? Like, don't sit up here and bash me and make me, feel like a bad person because I'm doing something wrong. If you loved your brother or you loved your sister, you're supposed to help them at the end of the day.
Yeah. I just want to say keep up the good work and keep spreading the messages. I want to say keep, I know you're going to stay motivated, but just don't let the negativity get to you at all, especially when it's coming from people that's not in our circle. So it's just
right. I'm taking it one day at a time. I'm taking it with what comes to me. I wasn't expecting this today, and so I love my self reflection. It kept breaking up. It kept breaking up. Well, I know that's not true because I gotta ask Victor to go. Mm-hmm.
As an Aquarius moon, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. So as an Aquarius moon, I suppose, and that's only my humble point of view.
Peace reflection.
Hi, babies. Okay, I'm at work. Say something. Into the trolls. Oh my God. I'm a Libra, first of all, and I'm very intelligent. I love to love. I love people. I love you guys. I sit back and I watch all these men.
Peace reflection.
Peace reflection. I'm back. Mom, can you get them for me? Okay. Okay, I'm back now. But I was watching, I think, the live that you guys were doing yesterday.
Wait, you muffled.
Yesterday,
You muffled. Take your hand off the speaker.
Huh?
You muffled. All right, there you go. Your hand was on the speaker.
Oh, okay. But it was a live that you guys were doing. I forgot the guy's name, but he was on live yesterday with Chief. Was it yesterday or the day before? And I guess he was, I don't know what he called himself doing, but my thing is this. I respect what you guys are doing. I love it. It's different. You guys aren't killing anybody. You guys aren't murdering anybody. You guys aren't judging anybody. You guys are simply just living your lives. And everybody have a unique soul. All you guys have a unique soul. I just wanted to say, stay encouraged. This world is so judgmental. And since I've been back here in Chicago, helping my dad run his businesses, I'm running into so many people, all of my Black people, all of my sisters. I love you guys, whatever. But I'm learning so much about people, and especially our own people be so quick to judge each other, and it's sad. I mean, instead of people getting on here, it seems like everybody want to challenge him to everything. It's like he's respectful enough to answer your lives. He's respectful enough to talk, and then everybody's good. And then these are men too. Like you trying to go toe to toe with him. It baffles me, and it had me in tears yesterday because I'm like, damn, Black people, look. And then you don't listen to me. I mean,
if anyone gets offended in the chat, you're gonna have to be offended. You know, this is how I feel. Fuck Nature Boy. That's how I feel. Fuck Carbonation. Fuck Nature Boy. I care about them kids. Fuck Nature Boy. Fuck everything he's about. Fuck Carbonation. I care about them kids.
But yeah, that live that I was watching yesterday, I'm like, I had to work. I was so busy working yesterday. And then I was cooking for the kids. I was just all over the place. But I'm like, I wanted to get added in, but my kids are making so much noise. So I said I was going to try back today. But I just wanted to say, from one sister to another, and hold on, wait. Okay, let me get that off of there. I respect guys. Keep doing y'all, and I see sometimes you guys go back and forth and your emotions all over the place, and then you're leaving and then you think, so what? People sit back and I see the comments, oh, Nana's leaving, oh, she's mad again, oh, she need to grow up, oh, as if they don't go through shit themselves at home. You people are so judgmental. God, oh my God. If you're not going to say nothing, if you're not going to say nothing nice, if you're not going to show respect, then ride the hell on. Why even sit back and watch if it's so negative?
That's why people get blocked. That's why people get blocked.
It's petty. We don't stick up for each other. We don't support each other. You know what I'm saying? It's just sad. So I just wanted to say this one thing. I love what you guys are doing. I will continue to support. I may not look like nothing now, but I pay a mortgage. I pay my car notes. We running businesses out here. We doing good out here. And like I said, I'm just a cool person. I believe in putting out that good energy. because I need to receive it. I need that. I got my oldest daughter's 19. She's in college. I have a 7-year-old and my 16-year-old daughter. I got 3 girls, and they're all doing good, thank God. But I'm not my business.
I let myself reflecting. I'm thankful for reflection.
So wait, let me ask you this: what's your sign? What's your sign? And what's
I'm an Aquarius with a Cancer moon.
Okay, and Chief, you said Chief is a Cancer?
No, I'm an Aquarius with a Cancer moon, and Chief is a Taurus with a Leo moon.
Whoa. Okay. I get that. But yeah, I love you.
But I'm gonna take another caller reflection because we have other questions. Okay, I love myself. If you have any other questions, you can hit our inbox.
All right, baby. Bye bye.
If you want a better understanding of what we stand for, then you can study Chief on Carbonation TV on YouTube.
He's reflection. Hey, Chief. Hey, Nana.
Peace. What's going on?
Nothing.
Hey, y'all do me a favor real quick, man, and call Asshole by Nature in here, man. I wanna read him to the public. Y'all go get him, man. Tell him I want to talk to him real quick, man. The man live. You feel me? Like he turning into a new troll. I feel like. Hold on, we gonna call you back.
Okay.
Listen. Let me tell you something, bro. We got a new troll. Gonna go by Asshole by Nature. A lot of these people are like little kids in grown-up bodies because it's a grown-ass man that's getting attention for being negative. And y'all send him this live, and y'all tell him to, talk to me, man to man, because I'm not feeling your vibes. Like you just going in like a female, and it's like weird because you look like a grown-ass man, like, and it's like, yo, my G, do something better with your life, Rock. You got life force energy that you could be utilizing to your greatest potential. Worried about me, Caliber, True, all the guys here, you attacking us, and I see you start following the trolls, and I'm like, so you turned into a troll as well. You feel me? And you let them know I said it, man, like, yo, I thought you was cool, man. We went live. I thought you was a cool dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I thought you was chilly. You feel me what I'm saying? Yeah, sending a message, tell man to man to come see me, man. You feel what I'm saying? Because I want to talk to you, man to man, because I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't too much appreciate that, yo. And I just want to talk to you as a young man because I'm not into the I'm too higher than you to talk to you, right? I will talk to you. I'm not into trolling. I'm a man. You a man. And he said he blocked. Let me go unblock him then, because I don't think he's blocked. I'm gonna go unblock him right now. I turned him into a troll. My bad. Well, let me apologize to him publicly. I blocked him, and now he mad at me. I unblocked him. Tell him I unblocked him. Tell him I unblocked him. And tell him to come on in the live, man. Let's talk business, exactly. Let's talk man to man. Because
What's going on, kid?
I see your page. You keep tagging
right
me
now?
and stuff. Being disrespectful. You dig?
My name is Divine.
And I ain't
I know
even
we've
going
met
for that.
before. I heard a lot of great things about you, man. Uncle Kenny, what's up?
I see your page.
All right.
Brother had him. Brother had him holding him up like, yo, what's good? You good? Yo, one love. What's out? To the gods. And yo, like I don't know you personally.
Hola, hola, mi nombre es Zule, me considero una persona súper divertida, súper alegre, que encanta reír a los demás, me encanta reírme, me gusta salir muchísimo, estar con mis amigas, bailar, disfrutar, me gusta mucho la electrónica, me encanta comer, me gusta mucho el dulce, el chocolate, me encanta que me regalen cosas.
What's this? Hold up.
I'm a man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm having a conversation with a man, I have this of respect, regardless of opinions. You feel what I'm saying? Because everybody got opinions. They like assholes. But the point is, when somebody disrespect me, I'm a Pisces. I'm sensitive. You play with me, I'm going to be on your ass. I ain't even gonna front you. I'm going to be on your ass. I'm going to make you hurt. I'm going to make you feel how I felt when you play with me. Because I ain't do you that. You know what I'm saying? I gave you respect. At least I can get that in return. Now, your boy, True, really pissed me the fuck off. Because I respected that boy. But you play with me. So, got him. Now, I ain't come at you like that. Question more about you that I want you about feels as a person when a person gets to ask questions and shit. That's why I want to talk to you personally. You know what? Drop the block. Yeah. I talk to you in private, man, but I don't like when I feel like a nigga don't think for himself. I don't like that shit, man. Talk to me from your perspective, from your mind. I ain't saying it's wrong that they You know what I'm saying certain things that you say up.
Wait, you breaking up. You breaking up.
Hold on.
King, you breaking up.
Look, can you hear me?
King, you breaking up. Hold up.
Today. And I hope
Queens and Kings, I want you to check out Diana Fields. Like, she is awesome. This queen right here.
All right, I sent y'all. I gave you that email right there. I'm gonna repeat it again. It's FIMTR. Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all real quick. I don't know how to work all these everything that goes on with this YouTube thing. I don't know how to use it. So when y'all said something about the comments and everything yesterday, I don't understand. I hope y'all doing good today, and I hope some of y'all made the phone calls. So I'm gonna be reading them out again today. It's probably about the second or third time. And for everybody that want to go ahead and look at it and jump on them, then they are also in the description of my last video. You just go ahead and pull up the numbers and everything. Looks like Eliana's a wonderful thing. I just don't want him to leave without them. And I feel like what needs to happen now, since he done pulled up, and he may not feel like he can do anything about this, but since he done pulled up, y'all know there's other kids involved there, so there's some laws that's being broken. I think that I hope that y'all put like a device on that car so you can like see where they at. I came to share some more information. Share these numbers again. Like I said, I tagged some more information into the last couple of posts. You'll see where I tagged some information at. I'm like, dang, yeah, these people, they can't even, what do you mean he won again? Just because he walked away from her? He walked away? It couldn't have been mine. That's the thing about it. It could not have been mine. They're going to be there till Friday. What I'm hoping is that they're being smart and they're going to go ahead and contact the authorities while they're there, because there's no reason. Yeah, they're there, but and they need to bust the shit wide open. I think that's what they're doing. I'm hoping that's what they're doing. That they're going to bust this wide open so that this shit can be over with. Those kids need to be got. I tried to contact the number of the person that said they were a family member yesterday. I guess they're probably not, because I feel like a lot of people may be in this for the money or whatever. I'm doing this for the awareness. I don't care about the money and all that stuff. That means nothing to me. I don't know what they were talking about no money, but I do know that this is about some babies that's out there that had nothing to do with this bullshit and should not have anything to do with the bullshit. And now that their family is out there, Eliana's dad is out there. Yeah, y'all need to get on that neck. On your neck, dog. Need to go ahead and the people that's over there, I advise y'all to go ahead and leave too. Because if you don't, things not getting ready to be going all that great for y'all. Whatever y'all think is going on. So I think y'all got going on. I'm trying to get this light in this object. They done pulled up. And then I was looking at the video, nigga wasn't ready. He didn't realize that everybody not scared of you. You just got people up here
Yeah, I'm starting to believe that, but you never know. You still got to speak up for the babies. These babies, like I said, the grown-ups and the adults, they can do exactly what they want to do. But when you got them babies, you shouldn't be trying to sacrifice no babies like that. Shouldn't be trying to sacrifice no babies. That is sickening. Sickening. Let me I want to go ahead and shout out those phone numbers again for people who want to reach out a call. Because with them being there in town right now, that's actually, with them being in Cancun right now, I don't even know where they're, put it like this, with them being in Mexico right now, that is very good for them to be able to contact some more people. There are people over there in Mexico that already know about this. I've been getting plenty of information, plenty of emails letting me know that there are people already watching this. I hope they put some type of locator or something on the bottom of that car they're riding in that van. Because, yeah, this needs to be busted wide open. This needs to be busted wide open to all the crazy people out there, too, that think it's cool for this crap to be going on. Need to be busted wide open so y'all won't have anything stupid to be, stupid ass leaders to be going. Looking up to people is real stupid. We have to look up to people like this. You can't have our young kids having to deal with dumb people like this, people that don't care. I mean, y'all all. I know a lot of people that didn't even know the dude Nipsey, and it's a lot of people black people will show up for some candlelight visuals. Oh my God, they'll show up for people to funerals that they don't know, but when it comes down to people that are living, people that we can actually help out, especially the kids, you're not standing up. So you need to start standing up. I'm about to look for this information again, so that I can give these numbers out again. Please make sure that you're calling. If you haven't already, please shoot out a call. And with them being over there, I'm feeling like this is a great thing. There's no way that I'm gonna leave without Honda. I bet you that. There's no way. No way. I will be on his neck for sure. On that neck. No way you would be leaving with mine at all. I wouldn't give a shit whether my daughter was grown or not. You're not gonna leave. Somebody said we don't. I think I tagged the I'm sorry, I'm always doing this, trying to figure out this way. I don't know what this is. Alright, I'm about to read these numbers up for y'all again, so that I got them posted and tagged in these posts. Okay. Y'all ready for the phone numbers again? The first phone number, y'all call this. It's for missing. This is Internet Crimes Against Children. The number is 877-474-5437. I was wondering, I was thinking about that. Like, it would have been so nice if they had just drug his ass right then. Like, I mean, him being there until Friday, though, that makes me feel good. But I'm just like, if they could have just snatched this ass right then and there. Missing persons, 1-800-843-5678. All these kids, all these little melanated kids matter. Fuck the adults over there that's doing whatever they're doing. Fuck them. They don't care about their life or whatever. Let them ruin their lives. 1-855-463-6395. That's another number right there that you can call. That's for missing persons. Human trafficking, 1-888-373-7888. These are the numbers that you can call. So if you want to go ahead and put this, put them on blast, especially with somebody else. And then, hey,
I'm hoping he brought some muscle with him. That's the thing about it. He may not. I mean, we don't know yet until he leaves. You don't know who else he got coming with or whatever. www.justice.gov/action. That's a you can actually contact someone there through. That's a website. Just put that in, and maybe you'll be able to pull something up with emails of these people. Where's the rest of this? Okay, now the email that I have for you guys is fevitra@pgr.gov.mx. This is a prosecutor's office. These are for people that are calling from outside of Mexico and you want to report something. I don't know why he's so laid back. That's what I'm thinking. I need him to I need somebody to go ahead and get this dude. Get this dude. All right, I gave you that email right there. I'm gonna repeat it again. It's fevitra@pgr.gov.mx. This is the prosecutor's offices for crimes against women and children. What you will need to scan your ID so that they can verify that's you. You need a description of what type of abuse that you want to report. They need to know who the perpetrator is, who are the victims, where did this occur, what is the relationship that you are to this situation, and you need supporting documents and videos. My email is at the very bottom of this, and I did that on purpose because you need to contacting me. I'm just doing this for awareness. You need to contact the proper authorities. That's who you need to contact. My information is there for it, just in case you have anything that you want to send me as far as information. You can always get up here and contact some of the other big dogs that have actually been up here that are for a good cause, because I do see a lot of people probably are up here just to give views. I don't care about the views. I want the right person to view, so that way if the right person is viewing, maybe it's someone over there in Mexico that already knows what's going on. Maybe some people that's already closer that can just point you directly in the direction of this dude and what he got going on, so we can go ahead and bust this shit wide open. So it's easy to get to any of the videos that's up here. Any of the videos is going to be very easy. I've got videos up and down my page, and then there are also videos all over the internet about the Nature Boy and this call. The baby has the cough that baby has. Oh my gosh. That cough that baby has, you can tell that baby is very sick, and it's probably because he's nursing off of his sick mom. That girl, if y'all see the video, I put it on one of my videos, earlier. If you see the video, you can see that this girl is, he's a red cartel when you need them. Where real people at when you need them? Where your community at when you need them? That's what I be wondering. Where's the community at? Where's the black community at? They got together for Nipsey. A lot of them didn't even know Nipsey. I know, so if y'all didn't know Nipsey, y'all don't need to know these babies either. So that means that you could most definitely, help out with the situation. You ain't know him? But I'm so glad that their family is there. There's so many people they've been waiting for this. Give me some more. They've been waiting for this dude to pull up over there. That means the other family, that where these other two, the family that just pulled up in there, that means that you guys can do the same exact thing. You can do the same exact thing to get the babies from over there. Everybody need to stand up, not just a couple of people. Everybody need to stand up. It makes you feel better when you stand up for what's right. When you stand up for what's right, doesn't it make you feel better just to be like, dang, that feels good. They think it's cool to be online promoting bullshit like this. It's not. Black people got a voice and they using it for the wrong thing. He was so shook up. I saw that. I was like, look at old boy, he is mad. He was like tight. And that's exactly what he needed to be tight. Dude was sweating, wiping his forehead and everything. He just couldn't even get it together. Like he was like, oh my, like you know, they on that ass, on that neck, bro, on that neck. Oh, you put it that way. On that motherfucking neck where they need to be. He needs to be shook up. I only get to get a sip. He needs to be shook up. The whole cult need to be busted up. Whoever over there that can help the dad over there while he's over there, y'all need to go ahead and help. I hope y'all can speak English, or it might be some Americans over there that heard about this, then that can definitely go over there. He said Velvet betrayed him. He was damned. I didn't get that. My thing is, did y'all get those numbers? Did you get those emails that I sent you? That I just said? If you didn't, they will be in the description. Make sure you start thinking about your community for Black people. Make sure you, the family, I need the family to go ahead and get your babies. They said the best thing for you to do is to get to the embassy. Get to the embassy and find out what you can do. That's going to be the best direction that you can start at, getting to the embassy, because I know this is something that you probably were not prepared for. Who be prepared for something like this? Your kids, family members are all the way in another country. So, like, what are you to do? People don't know. This is something brand new to some people, because who would ever think that something like this would happen? You know, the day that she had said that they said that she had left, I was guaranteed. I did a video around that same time, and I was like, I hope that she went ahead and got in contact with her family. That would be a smart thing to do. And then they tell her, oh, this is what we're going to do. You know, they put something together. So I'm thinking that's what it was. He weak, so that's why they need to let him know just how weak he is. Pops need to bust that ass. She had to have told them, and what it is she needs to go ahead and peace, love, blessings, all of the good, everything for the whole Black community. I mean, we need to pray over this community that we got. Pray, because we got some evil ass people in our community, and that's so sad. Where we get that from? I don't understand where the love go. It's like, where the love go when you got kids over here in this bullshit? Like I said, if y'all haven't seen any of the videos, check the videos out of the Nature Boy, because a lot of people that I even talk to, they don't know what's going on, because of the simple fact that you could have someone in your family that's getting slipped up with some bullshit like this. You feel me? They could be talking to somebody. Yeah, I believe she did too. She had to have talked to him. But you never know who someone could be talking to. That's the reason why I say you must love on your families. People gotta love on their families. You can't just let your family you gotta show your families love. It's nothing wrong with showing your families love. Let me see if y'all can see this. Look at this whole live family. That's the little I know it's not very clear, but those are the people right here that are over there. Y'all put these babies in that danger. Y'all the family, whoever the family is of these people, I hope y'all out there doing everything that you possibly can do to get these babies up there. I really hope y'all do everything that you possibly can do. I heard I was told that David has a court date coming up on the 25th. David, you need to get your shit together so you can be in court. Get your head together, dog. What you doing with these babies? This ain't cool. This ain't right. It ain't cool. Get them babies out of that situation. Go ahead. I mean, whatever you gotta do. You know, whatever you gotta do to get these babies in a better situation back at home. The family, please do everything. I've sent plenty of information. I need to pin that conversation. I'm gonna pin the information in the comment. It's gonna be in the comments and it's gonna be in the description. But y'all gotta get out here and order down for them babies. I'm talking about the family. If the family don't stand up and start doing something, that's when you. It's really when the community got to pull together for the family, because our Black community, we're failing as a community. We don't have any leader. So if the kids can't even count on us, that's really sad anyway. But I put that information there. Has anybody else heard anything from their family? Has anybody heard anything from the family? I told you I had that one call, and I spoke to the lady. She said that she got up today at 3:30. She would be ready to talk or whatever. I understand if she don't want to go live. If it was me, and it was my grandkids or my family member or my nieces or nephews or whatever, I wouldn't give a fuck about what nobody thought about anything. I would get up there and I would be 100% ride or die, because people say they ride or die all the time, and maybe they really not. But I wouldn't give a fuck about what nobody say. So they said that they were going to be giving me a call back, and nobody gave me a call back at 3:30. I mean, when she got off, it says so I didn't hear anything else from the family. I called the number back, nothing else. So I was told there's a lot of people on this for a bunch of clout and money or whatever. I don't understand how people can take a situation like this and use it for some type of funds or whatever. I don't give a shit about none of that. I give a shit about the babies, and they need to make sure them babies get back where they belong, and they don't need to be with this bullshit. Now that dude, I would have been afraid for my child to even go back with this nature bitch. I would have been afraid. That's why he wouldn't have been leaving with my child and my grandbaby. That's all to it. And he's all running his mouth talking about, oh, they wasn't leaving with my wife and my my daughter. So he feel like he the man. Anyway, the numbers and everything are gonna be in that description. So y'all do me a favor, and if you have called, big ups to you for looking out for your community, being a concerned, melanated citizen. Big ups to you. If you've done any emailing, big ups to you. If you've done any sharing of the videos or the posts or whatever, big ups to you, because this is what we need to do for our community. We might get mad. It's like I said, I had to say it up, because people don't understand. That's a real stressful thing. I told a lot of people that I have a situation going on with my niece about the same situation, trying to make sure this baby is okay too. So I got a heart for the baby, so I'm always going to speak out for the baby. They speak out for themselves. But anyway, with that being said, we're going to get out of here. Again, I'm going to post that information in the comments. It'll also be in the description. You guys enjoy the rest of your night. And keep on praying for these babies, because I feel so sorry for the babies.
Queens and Kings, I love you all, Queens and Kings. Thank you for spending time with me. I gotta go put Princess Gabriella to sleep. I will see you all tomorrow. Much love and respect to Queens and Kings.